First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Although the Jags game might have been a little ugly earlier tonight, it was actually a beautiful day here across the First Coast and even out there at Everbank this evening. Not a cloud in the sky earlier today. It was a beautiful sunset. It was a little bit on the warmer side, certainly. Temperatures were back up into the low 90s, but overall, not too much to shake your head at here out there today. And really, your Tuesday tomorrow is going to be a similar story. Overnight temperatures tonight dipping down into the low 70s, warming right back up then into the upper 80s. Mostly sunny skies, almost zero rain chances in the forecast tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we start to see a little bit of a change. It's kind of the calm before the storm. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the mid-80s. Clouds will gradually begin to increase throughout the day. And then Thursday, that is when the potential hurricane eventually will make landfall, and we're going to see plenty of impacts all across the First Coast. So here is what we are watching this evening. Again, this is just to the south of Cuba, east of Jamaica by about a couple hundred miles, continuing to try to organize. Right now, it's just a cluster of thunderstorms, but nonetheless, the National Hurricane Center does have tropical storm warnings for portions of Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula, and a tropical storm watch for southwest Florida and particularly the Florida Keys. And spaghetti models have been fairly consistent here over about the last 12 to 18 hours, continuing to show a Gulf Coast landfall right in Florida's Big Bend, potentially in between Cedar Key and Apalachicola sometime come Thursday evening. So here's just what one computer model is trying to show on top of the current track from the National Hurricane Center, the latest cone. So we are expecting it to intensify into a tropical storm by early tomorrow morning, with sustained winds anywhere from 50 to 60 and 70 miles per hour, just continuing to grow throughout the day and overnight into Wednesday morning. By the time it finally clears Cuba and the Yucatan, it gets into those very warm ocean waters, an environment aloft in the atmosphere that's also very conducive for tropical development. That is when we're going to finally reach that hurricane status, which will be Hurricane Helene. And then Category 2, potentially a Category 3 storm by the time it does eventually reach Florida's Big Bend there. Wind gusts or sustained wind gusts could be anywhere from 100 to 115 miles per hour. Pretty strong winds there, closer to the coast. Not nearly as bad, but we're going to show you what we can actually expect. So clouds increase throughout the day on Wednesday. Few isolated showers from outer bands, but really the heavy stuff doesn't arrive until early Thursday morning, some of which could be embedded with an isolated tornado risk. So throughout the day on Thursday, we'll see some bands come on through, isolated tornado risk, and it won't be until after really dinner time Thursday evening that the storm finally makes landfall, and the worst of it really begins to be seen and felt along the I-75 corridor, our friends and folks out in the Columbia County and the Lake City area. Now, through Wednesday, really just breezy for the time being. As you get into Thursday, though, those wind gusts really start to increase. 30 to 40, even 50 mile per hour wind gusts through the afternoon. And then Thursday evening, that's when those gusts crank up quite a bit, 60 to 70, even 80 miles per hour the further west you go. Rainfall total wise, heaviest rain going to be further west. You're talking about 4 to 6 inches of rain locally. Thankfully, though, everything clears out just in time for the weekend.